Now I gotta wait for everybody to log back in. Okay, we're gonna see if, hey Alexis, I'm gonna see if this is better. How are you? Glad you made it back. Hopefully everybody else jump back on. We ain't gonna be here for a little bit. I guess I'm doing pretty good. A little tired, but I'm doing pretty good. Is it still not working? Okay. Let me switch to my other phone then. Is it raining? Alright, I'm gonna try one more time, and after that, we just gonna give up. Maybe it's just not meant to be tonight. We'll try one more time. Switch phones one more time. Ah, I hated y'all was giving me all the likes and the love. Is it better? Or is it still tripping? Alright. It's better or it's still messing up? It's fine? Okay. Okay. We're gonna see. Look, everybody left. Oh, Alexis left. Okay, they said it's better now. I didn't switch phones. It's better. Okay, we're gonna try to make it work. We only gonna be here for a little bit. Like I said, I want to go over factoring again just because it's a little bit more of a struggle for some people. So let's just go over that. Okay. Alexis, I think you said you got your book today. You had got your book yesterday, right? I'm doing I'm doing page number, where am I at? I don't know. I'm working through the exercises on page number, I'm on page 484 at the bottom. Okay, I'm on page 484 at the bottom. Excuse me. The number beside the topic, I'm not even going to tell you a tale. I'm not sure. I thought it just said what the LLC, like you said, you go put it in on the AccuPlacer website. So there's a website that you go to, put in learning locator code on Google. It'll take you to a website, and then you type in the number, and it'll show you where to go. It'll take you to different places. Okay? Did you do that already? All right. All right. So remember, you can do the X method where you put the 6 up here and the 5 down here, and then you figure out two numbers that multiply to get 6. So we're looking for the numbers that multiply to get 6, but they add together to make 5, right? So we multiply. Hey, Melanie. I know I'm on here for a minute. I'm going to get out for a minute. They multiply to get 6, and they add together to get 5. X times X is always going to give me X. Oh, I'm just making a whole mess on these people's book. It's always going to give me X squared. So that'll be my first two. And then everything is positive. So I'm going to remember my factors is 1 times 6 and 2 times 3. To add those together to get 5, I would need 2 and 3. Okay? So that's simple for that one. Super easy for that one, right? Super easy for that one. So let's do another one. Remember, we're just literally looking for the numbers that multiply to get the last term and that add together to get the middle term. Because that's how we get our answer whenever we multiply the two binomials together. And on the next one, I'll do it so where you can see, okay, why are you doing that? Okay. Thank you for sharing the live so more people can learn about math. Let's do, we need to factor x squared minus 10x plus 21, okay? Remember, I had to multiply two binomials together to get this answer, okay? I had to multiply two binomials together to get this answer. I'm always going to look at the last number, okay? So we're going to use the last number factors, okay? We want to use factors from the last number. And we're looking for those that add to equal the middle number, okay? So we're going to use factors from the last number that add together to equal the middle number. Destiny said -7 and -3. Very good. And you put negative. 3 and 7, -7, -3. Because the signs are very important. Very good. So we know that we're going to multiply x times x to get the first term. There's only 1 and 21 and 7 and 3, but we pay attention that the middle term has to be a -10. Yeah, and the signs are so important. So this will be -7 and -3. So we use factors of the last number to add to the middle number. And the more, and I'm going to just go through these because the more we do them, the better it's going to get. Solve for x. Okay. Miss Mariah, how you feeling over there? Yeah, we got to get those signs down. All right, let's try. Oh, yeah, we're not doing the quarter. Okay, I see what you're saying. If we, if it was equal to 0, if it was equal, yes, Cornelius, if it was equal to 0, then we would solve for x to get our points on the graph. Yes, yes. Hey, Raven. Good. So, yes, if we was doing quadratic equations, absolutely, we would solve for 0. Yes. You was like, wait, I know I learned that. Yes, you did. Quantitative reasoning, you take your test Tuesday? Okay. Quantitative reason 77, that may have been the percentage that you scored on that part of the test. I'm not quite sure what it says. Does anybody know whenever you take the, when you put your your LLC code on the TSI website, what the numbers beside it mean? Does anybody know? I feel like I'm so red. Hey, Bari. Bari, did you take your test, Bari? All right, let's do another one. So we did 2 negatives. We did 2 positives. Now we need to do, no, we did a negative and a positive. No, we didn't. Let's do a negative and a positive. Okay, x squared. 5 points. You were almost there. I hate when that happens. Oh, you were so close. Ugh, to the TSI test. So you got your learning locator code too. So make sure you put it on the website so you can see what questions you missed. You probably missed like 2 questions. Dang. Did you feel confident? So can you give us the insight? Do you remember what was on the test? Next week? Because Raven take hers Monday. Melanin take hers until the TSIA. Wow. What was on the test? Did they have factoring on the test? So you got geometry. Melanin says she didn't have not one geometry problem on her test. 145. Really, Cornelius? A decent amount of factoring? So yeah, so y'all, it's just really a big span of everything, honestly, I guess. It doesn't, we have no idea. Don't be scared, MRA. Just take it. And then it's different every time you take it, obviously. It's different every time you take it. Well, thank you for letting us know, Byrie. Did they have fractions on there? Did they give you a lot of fractions on your test? I seen your answer, Cornelius. I think I did anyway. Miss Mariah, did you get this one yet? What two factors? Remember, we're going to look at the last number. And don't forget it's a negative 54. What are the factors that we can fill in that will give us a negative 3? And it used to be in the 100s here, but they changed it. It was like you had to get a 190. Oh, okay. Is that after? Happens, Donna. Is that after you did like when it threw you into the 40 plus questions, 9 and 6? What are the signs? Oh, okay. 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 See, Melanin got fractions on her 20 questions. -9 and +6. Very good. Yes, Destiny. Very good. Why did you make the 9 negative and not make the 6 negative? Right. So the larger number has to be negative. So, because it adds up to -3. Right. Okay. So my factors for 54, remember, are 1 times 54, 2 times 27, 3 times, goodness, 18, I think it is. I think it's 3 times 18. Anyway, when we get to 9 times 6, these two numbers have a difference of 3 between them. Yeah, 9 times 6 is 54. That's exactly right. So remember, they have to add up to equal the middle number. Some, medium, medium. Okay, so they had those on there too. Okay. So remember, so y'all see what Bari is saying about what's on the TSI test. Remember that the two factors have to add up to equal the -3. So that happens because look what happens. Remember when we multiply these out and we do x times x is x squared, then x times 6 is a positive 6x, and then 9 times x is -9x, and 9 times 6 is -54. Whenever you simplify, you always combine like terms. Your like terms are positive 6x minus 9x. And when you combine these, then you'll get x squared minus 3x minus 54. So what we're doing is just going backwards to see where we started at. So after we get the answer, we're undoing everything we did to make sure everything matches. Okay. Very good. Very good. So that really tells me that these tests are literally all over the place. So I don't know how to tell y'all to prepare. We just started. We just factoring when the answer. This is gonna be our last one for whenever. Hopefully y'all can't see. I did outside mowing the grass. Can y'all hear this? My bad. All right, x squared, and then we're gonna go to whenever the beginning number does not equal 1. Because I really want y'all to get this down. And once you get factoring down, you should be. All right, so x squared minus 5x plus 16. Remember, we're looking for, you know, it's x times x. What are my factors of 16? Do any of them work for -5? Trying to make a -5 in the middle. Are there any numbers I can use to fill in? So remember, whatever two numbers I choose, they have to add up to equal -5. So we got 1 and 16, 2 and 8 for sure. And then we have 2 and -8, but remember we're trying to get -5. So can I add these factors any way to make -5? Right, so this would be called, sometimes they'll give you one that's called prime. That's all right. Is it Cardenas? We all learning together. It's all good. So whenever you can't find factors of the last number that will add up to the middle number, you're going to write prime or non-factorable. So it just depends on what they call it wherever you're at. Here in Texas, we would call it prime. You can't factor it. Okay? So that would be a prime trinomial. There's no factoring. Okay? So sometimes you can't factor it. Now we're going to go into what we were doing yesterday. Whenever the first number was not equal to 1, that x squared had a number in front of it. And we have to do the box. Which you don't have to use the box, but we're going to. Okay. If I did this one yesterday, I'm sorry. So, can y'all see way over here? I need to start over here. Hey, Melanin, are you requesting? Alright, so we got 4x squared. I don't know if that's you hitting the button or me hitting the button, Melanin. Minus 16x plus 15. Okay. So what do you notice different between this one and the ones that we've been doing? What's the difference between this problem and the ones that we've been doing? If I get out the way, y'all can see. The 4. So we recognize that the first number has a bit, yep. So this is whenever the a value, so this is the a value. When a does not equal 1, there's an extra step that you have to take, okay? And we have been doing the box method. There's 4 boxes, which means you need 4 terms. And I have how many terms right now? I only have 3. So I need to make this be a 4-term polynomial. Anybody remember what I do? Yes, I have 3. So anybody remember what I do? The first step? So remember, we're going to always multiply. We're going to combine the first and the last term, okay? So you want to multiply the a times the c, which is you multiply the 8, take the 4 and the 15, okay? Hi, hello, Sandra. See what, Sandra, you know how to do this already. What you doing here? She said, I got this. Very good. Very good. Yes. So first step is to multiply a times c. When we multiply 4 times 15, what do we get? She said it's still hard. So when we multiply these two numbers, we get 60, right? And then you want to factor the product, okay? So now you're going to factor the product or the answer. So you want to factor the answer that you get. Let me say factor the answer so it's just real, you're not confused. Factor the answer to find numbers that add to the middle term. Okay, so you want to factor your answer. You said, couldn't we just see two terms, one multiplied? But that wouldn't include, that's only whenever there's not a 4 at the beginning. But since there's a 4 at the beginning, we have to take that into an account. But on the last ones we did, yes. But now we have a 4 at the beginning, so it changes. So I'm looking for two factors of 60 that make negative 16. And if you don't know, you go through your list, right? You got 1 times 60. We know that don't work. We know they need to be not too close, but not too far away. Okay? So somebody says negative 10 and negative 6. When I multiply them, I get a positive 60. When I add them together, I get a negative 16. So my new equation is now 4x squared minus 10x minus 6x plus 15. Okay, 4x squared minus 10x minus 6x plus 15. So we found two numbers. We multiplied a times c. We factored the answer and find two numbers that add to the middle term. You can factor by grouping, absolutely. Or you can use the box method where you don't have to group. But you definitely can group again. But this is what we went over yesterday. We just threw it inside the box, right? So you always put the first term in the top box. You put the last term in the bottom box, okay? So first term goes in the top right. And then your last term goes in the bottom left. You taught yourself grouping, that's awesome. And then whatever the middle terms are, you just fill them in. It don't matter where you put them. So the negative 10x, negative 6x, okay? So fill in the remaining spot. So you're going to fill in the other spots with the middle. Okay? Melanie, you so funny. I be trying not to look. I be looking like, oh, no. All right, who remembers now? So this, Heyman and Sandra, this is like when you factor by grouping. We just went ahead and put them in a box instead of lining them up grouping. Okay? Hold on, y'all. Okay? Find out what they have in common. So we're going to look all directions and see what we have in common. So we're going to go this way, and we're going to write the GCF. What's the largest thing that they have in common? Good, Jay. I'm glad you remembered. They have a 2x. Very good. So 2x on the outside. Going this way again, what do they have in common? Got negative 6x and 15. What do they have in common? A 3. Perfect. Now we're going to go up. What do these two boxes going up have in common? $2x. Very good. Same thing. Going up. What do they have in common? Do they have anything in common? Oh. A 5. Very good. Now, remember when both of the signs in the middle are negative, that means that both of my parentheses are going to be negative. So now I'm just going to fill in the answer. This is your answer. These over here, 2x minus 3, and then 2x minus 5. Because when we add them, it has to be negative. And that would be it. So it's kind of like it's the same as grouping, except for you don't have to, find your GCF, divide it out, then cancel out your common. Oh, when you just have like 6x squared plus 4x or something. Yeah. All right, Mariah, did you get all those written down? And I'm gonna still write them out bigger. I just didn't do it today. Okay, yeah, because it's either a perfect square binomial. Yeah, fractions is something serious. So it's either a perfect square binomial or good. Or you just have to factor out the x. Perfect. So we'll do another one of those. Anybody have any specific? Like I said, I really want us to get Alexis. How are you doing over there? Bari, he may be gone. I mean, I'm gonna put it up for everybody. I understand it better since you wrote the bullet. Okay, yeah, I know I gotta get better. I used to have more space when I was like teaching in class. So, Jay, I want everybody to be able to do it. Oh, Bari said I'm still here. Okay, let's get another one up there, and we'll do a couple of these because once you do a couple of them, you'll be all right. Uh, okay. Did you find your LLC code, like where you were supposed to put it at or anything? I know, I was hoping y'all could read it because it's kind of. I bought some new markers. I need to get my other markers. They're a little bit skinnier. Yes. Jay, I know you know how to do it. I don't know. You just be here. Oh, a QR scan thingy? Oh, okay. Melvin, I know you over there chilling. Hey, Walter, how did it go? How are you? Welcome back. Oh, you said, is it prime? Hold on, Walter took his test today. One second.
I got a 960. I was
Yay!
so happy when I saw that score. Ooh.
Congratulations. Walter been rocking with me for a minute, man.
And
Good.
let me tell you, if I during
Uh-oh.
yesterday, I probably would have never passed.
You said if you wouldn't have got on live yesterday,
Because
why?
there
For
were
real?
like at least 5 factors.
Really?
Yes.
Oh, that is awesome. See,
Now it's just
everybody
reading
can.
tomorrow.
What'd you say?
It's just reading tomorrow now.
Oh, you call me. Oh, yeah, everybody tell you congratulations. I am
Thank
so
y'all.
excited for you. I know your mom is. Oh, that is so awesome. I'm so happy. Well, I'm so glad we went over whoever suggested factoring yesterday. Good,
Honestly,
because you
thank y'all, whoever
knocked it
did
out the
that.
park. Well, congratulations. You are done. Finally, you got that off your back. You good to go.
And trust me, I'm gonna
I'm
still be
happy for you.
participating, but I just need to go to sleep early tonight because yeah, I have a test tomorrow.
Okay. Oh, you do? Okay. Well, get some rest. Thank you for coming in and telling us about your great accomplishment today. We're so
Thank y'all.
excited for you.
All right, y'all. Y'all got this, y'all. I hope y'all do good on your next TSI.
All right. All right. We'll do good tomorrow. That is so exciting. I should have asked him what else was on the test. So look, he had 5 factoring questions. 5 of them. So you just never know. And I think Barry just said he had, I mean, or she, oh my bad, I think it's Barry. They had a good amount too, so you just don't know. That's what's up. It's all different. Because you didn't have that many factoring questions, huh, Melanie? It was. So, you know what? Because you took yours, he took his today. You took yours yesterday or today? I wonder if it's the same. Because you know what? I wonder if they give everybody everywhere the same test every day, that day. Yeah, I know you have fractions. I bet they give like one test a day. You took yours yesterday, or maybe it's the same all week because you had a lot of factoring too. That is what's up. Miss Donna, you said this was prime. Remember, we have to do the multiplying the first time. Oh my goodness. That's crazy. I'm so excited to hear that because that's his second time. You did. You told me. Yep. So second time he got it. Oh my goodness. So I'm gonna make our little box. Where am I making a little box at? I guess I'm gonna give it some space. I'll put it over here. Sorry. She's squeaking up the storm. I bought some new markers, but I'm one of the people. I'm gonna make it. It's gonna run out of ink before I throw it away. Okay, so we did 7 times 6, and we got a positive 42. And then we take that positive 42 and we factor it until we find the numbers that add to the middle. Did we figure that out? Alexis, was you able to get the two numbers, or Mariah, was you able to find the two numbers that added to make positive 17, or Donna? That's crazy. I'm so excited to hear that. Hi E. Hi. Hey. Anybody get them two factors? Remember, if you don't know how to do your factors, you would divide a little bit higher. 7 and 2. I can't wait to go finish my. I know. So Mariah, where'd you get the 7 and the 2 from? 14 and 3. What made you choose those two? Because remember, we have to make it add up to be. So remember, we got 1 and 42, 2 and 21, 3 and 14, 4 and nothing, 5, and then 6 and 7. Oh, it said, oh, yeah. Oh, okay. Oh, I am someone. Oh, okay. I am someone. My bad. My fault. Okay, so we found out that we're going to use 3 and 14. And remember, what do we do now? Because you don't have to rewrite the whole equation. All we're going to do now is put it where, because that's going to give us 4 terms, remember? And this is going to make 17x. This is 3x and this is 14x. So now, since we have those items, we have 7x squared, goes in the top right. Bottom left is the last term. Top right, bottom left. I know, my bad. I got this green mark. It's probably hard to see too. And then we put those other two terms. We just what? I should be letting y'all fill it out. Because we done did it like 3 times. Notorious. I'm gonna let y'all work a little bit. Melanie, you over there chilling? What time is it? 9:16. We got about 15 more minutes, y'all. We're not gonna be here all night. We're here for a good time, not a long time today. I know I got on here a little earlier than usual. Where we at with this one, everybody? How y'all doing? Yep, don't matter where you put the 3x, don't matter where you put the 2x. Miss Donna's still here in Destiny, don't matter where they go. So we can put the 3x here at the corner, and then we can put the 14x down here at the bottom corner. And we are good. Yep. Either way, it don't matter. That's right. Now our last step is to get ready to be able to put this into 2 sets of parentheses. I'm looking for my 2 sets of parentheses down here. So when I go this direction, what am I going to get? What am I looking for? All they have in common is the x. Okay. What about going this way? What do they have in common? They have a 2 and they also have something else in common. So you want to go as high as you can go, Melanin. That's perfect. Absolutely. You want to go as high as you can go, though. So the 3x and the 14 came from factoring the number 42 because we're looking for two numbers that when we add them together, they equal 17x, which is this middle number here. And we're going to write 17x as 3x plus 14x. So we just did 7 times 6. We multiplied the first and the last one. That gave us 42. And this helps us determine what did we add to get to the middle. So 3 times 14 is 42. And then 3 plus 14 is 17x. Oh no, Melanie, you was right. It is. It's a 2. It's a 14. And I'm thinking something else. Yep, you're right. It's a 2. My bad. My fault. 2. I'm tripping everybody. See, I'm tired tonight. So I'll be finna be through in a minute. You had it right. Be like, ma'am, it's nothing else that could be multiplied to make these two numbers be the same. My fault. You probably over there like, what? My bad. My bad. You got it. Okay, going up this way. 3 and 6, what they got in common? Nah, you know what you're talking about. And did nobody have her back? Where is everybody at? Y'all didn't even have Melanin's back. Oh, everybody's like, oh, she said she done shot me down. Dang. Yep, so we got a 3 up here, and then going this way, what we got? My bad. I'm sorry. Yeah, I mess up all the time. Good job, Destiny. Yes, Mariah. Yes, ma'am. Yes, yes. Very good. Pulling out that 7x. Very good. 7x. So now I just take them and throw them down here. Everything is positive. I'm good to go. Kind of. She was like 14. 1 times 14, 2, 4, 6, and then 2. That's, I know, my bad. See, that means it's time to go to bed. I'm really. Alexis, how you feeling? Are you like it? How you feel? Is it better understanding this? Because I can go to the other way that we was doing it, but whenever you do but I think this is better. I feel like people understand the box method better than the when you do the grouping where I have separated and then you get it but you don't. Factoring can be. She said I didn't like it yesterday, but today is good. Okay, we can do one the other way too. So Mariah, what part are you getting stuck on? Because I want to try to clear that up tonight. What part are you getting stuck on? What do you think? After we multiply and then we have to break that number apart, is that the part you're getting stuck on? Trying to figure out those two numbers? Okay. Okay. Okay, so I'm gonna do this one with grouping instead of the box. Let me see. I feel like I have to remember which ones I did. What's 6 times 14? I didn't think that worked. 3x squared plus 16x. Okay, this one, I don't think we did this one yet. 3x squared. Uh-huh. You knocking on the door? No. Which one? The box method? Yes, I do grouping and then I do the box method. So we're gonna Is that what you was talking about? Okay, I'll use this. Okay, perfect. Okay, so here we go. Remember, we always multiply A times C no matter which way we do it, whether we're doing factor by grouping or we're doing the box, either way. So 3 times 5, this one is a little bit smaller. This is going to be easier, yeah. So 3 times 5 is 15. And remember, I'm looking for the two numbers that add up to give me 16. So I always do 3 times 5, and I get 15. Now, the only factors of 15 are 1 times what? Or 1 and what? 1 and 15. And then the next one is 3 and 15 and 1. Yep. 3 and 5. So if I add these together, which one is going to make 16? The only two that's going to give me a positive 16 is going to be 1 and 15. So I'm going to use these. Now I'm going to rewrite this as 3x squared plus x plus 15x. So I broke this down into two parts. Okay, it still equals 16. I'm just representing 16 in a different way. I'm just representing 16 in a different way. Yes, Mary. I don't know. MAH. Okay, so that's why I did that. And then that's where you take your four. If you're using a box, you put your 4 terms in a box, and then you get your GCF. Now, if we were going to factor by grouping, we would do this. I'm looking at the first two. What they have in common is essentially the same thing. I'm just not writing them inside of a box. So the first two, the only thing they have in common is an x. So I'm going to take the x out, right? And that makes me be left with 3x plus 1. Because I took 1x out. I took 1x out from here, so I'm left with 3x plus 1. Yep. The only thing these two have in common is what? A 5. And once I take that 5 out, what is left over? I took out the 5, so 5 goes into 15. What's left over? I took out the 5, so I'm left with yep, because think about it, I'm dividing 5 into 15, so that's going to give me 3x. I'm dividing 5 into 5, and that's going to leave me with 1. Because these should match. Right. These should always match. After you get done doing all that, they should match. So now you can look at this and say, oh, I got the same thing here as I have here. Perfect. That means I'm going to make that a common factor. And then whatever I have left over, I write it in the other part. And then you're done. So that's the second way to do it. Factor by grouping or use the box. Either way, whatever makes it easier for you to understand. That's the method you will use. Yeah, whatever works for you. Because I didn't understand the box at first. I like this because, I mean, I've taught it so many times, so it makes sense to me. Because all you're doing is pulling out the GCF. Same thing. What's the GCF? What do they have in common? They have an X in common, so you take it out. But this is where you have to write what's left over. What happened to that 5 and the X? Oh, it's right here. Since I took out the common factor of 3x plus 1, remember when you factor something away, the GCF now is 3x plus 1 and 3x plus 1. So I wrote it down here. And then I write whatever the remainder is in the next set of parentheses. You can see it more. That's why I said everybody learns differently. Yep. Yeah, whatever works for you. I am someone, did you get that? So this was 3x plus 1 is a common factor. It's just a binomial factor. And so It's kind of like when you do the box, it's the 3x plus 1 at the top. And then x plus 5 would have been on the side. Hi, Tisha. Welcome in. Welcome in. We about wrapping up. Glad y'all popped in. I am someone. You okay? Alexis, you okay? Melanin. Like I said, you get to doing the box one so much, you get stuck on, you know. So that's the two methods. So you choose which one is best for you. Thank you. She said I'm hanging in here. I probably won't go live tomorrow. When do you take your test again? You said next week, right? You said this is way better, especially with my sixth graders learning algebra. Yeah. So I need to see the box one again. Have you done the box one, Miss Tisha? Bari is gonna take his test next week. Okay. Okay, we'll do one more box. I don't know if you've seen the box one, Miss Tisha. Okay. All right, let's do one more box, and then y'all should be tired of factoring after that. And Miss Mariah, you go ahead and do it whenever I write the problem up there, you do it the way that you like to do it. We're gonna see. Oh, they don't like the box? Okay. Really? Who is Okra? Who is Snowflake? Oh, you talking about that X thing? Mm-mm. We run out of problems. We already on problem. We done so many. Whew. Let me see. I don't want to give y'all too big of a number. I think you can do it, but I'm not gonna do y'all like that. Let's do. That's all I have left is large ones. Oh no, I don't. I don't think we did this one. 3x squared. Yes, we did. We did that one, right? 3x squared already. 3x squared minus 10x plus 8. I think we did that one first. I want to say we did that one already. We haven't. Remember, you came in a little after though. Did we do that? Anybody know? Mariah, did you have it written down? The very first one that we did? We did? Okay, that's what I thought. All right, so I'm going to have to give y'all a big number. We can work through it. It'll be all right. Oh, we haven't did 2 times 28. We haven't done that one. Okay. Yes, we did. No, we didn't. We haven't done this one. 2x squared minus 15x plus 28. Did we do that? No, we didn't do that. We didn't do that one. Nope, we didn't do that one. Okay. So 2x squared minus 15x plus 28. I would do both of them at the same time, but I feel like that may be a little bit too confusing. I can do both of them both ways real quick. All right, so let's do the box method real quick. Remember, the first thing we always do, everybody should have this down by now. Oh, yeah, so yeah, I know what you're talking about. But you skipped it 2 times 28. You skipped it. We got to multiply. Everybody just skipped the. So now we got 56, and we have to find the two factors that add up to be negative 15. So remember, I'm looking for that. Let me go ahead and draw my box. Yeah, you talking about this method where you do 56 and negative 15 and then you sit here and figure out which numbers? Yeah, either way. I just had never used it. It ain't never been my favorite way to go, but absolutely, positively, absolutely, Okra, absolutely. Okay, so looking for the two numbers that add up to make negative 15. Jay says, I don't know what I'm doing. Uh-oh. So our two numbers that we're going to use to rewrite this middle term is going to be negative 7x and negative 8x. So instead of writing negative 15, this is negative 7x plus or minus minus 8x. Remember, the top number goes here. First number goes here. 28 goes here. And then we fill in these. Oh my goodness. Okay, I know we almost through too. I'll see you on the next one. Have a good night. You're so welcome. All right, so we're going to throw in the negative 7x here and the negative 8x here. Thank you. And then remember, I am someone. Now we're looking for the GCF. So what you're trying to do is find what they have in common, okay? And I didn't write that over here. Now you're going to find the GCF for each row. Okay, so you're going to find the GCF for each row. So I'm going to look here and I'm going to go to the side. What does 2x squared minus 7x have in common? What's the GCF? What's the common? Yeah, I just learned it this year myself. They teach it at the junior college I go to. Not I go to, but I used to work at. So the only thing they have in common is a number 1, but they also have a letter in common, which is an x. Very good. Now, what does the bottom row have in common? Between negative 8x and 28, what do they have in common? What's the GCF going that way? They have a 4. Very good. Oops, I didn't mean to do that. And then we're going to go up. So every direction you can go, that's where you're going to go. So you're going to go up this way. What do these two boxes have in common? So an 8 would be too big. So think about 4 times 7, 1 times 28, 2 times 14. Well, I'm going to ignore that. Okay, so 2x squared minus 8x. 2x, perfect, very good. I'm not going to go there. And then negative 7x and 28. What do they have in common? Going this way. Remember, we're going up this way. Negative 7. Perfect. Now you have all your answers. Not negative 7, but it is negative 7. And now you're going to throw them into your parentheses. Remember your answers, since both of these are negative, both of your parentheses will be negative. I always like to write the larger coefficient first. And then you will be done. Did you get that? I am someone? Oh, go ahead. So that's the box method. Yep, it works for some people. Absolutely. So that will be the box method, and then we'll do the grouping method, and we will hang it up for the night. I just want to make sure you got it all written down. Can I erase it? So remember, where do we always? We multiply a times c, and then we find factors of a times c to make negative 15. So same way we did it, we always use the multiplication from a times c to find numbers that add together to make up the negative, the one in the middle. Okay, so we're gonna find the factors of the answer after we multiply that are gonna add up to my middle term. So you see why I rewrote this as negative 7x and negative 8x, because I'm replacing that negative 7 and negative 8. I'm exchanging that for the 15. Okay, I'm exchanging that for the 15 because I need to have 4 terms. So let me show you how you would write this. Y'all have all this written down, right? Oh, okay, you got it? Okay. Because how you would rewrite this, I just don't have a lot of space over here. If I had a bigger board, I would write it as this so you can see it. Negative 7x minus 8x plus 28. So you can see that I exchanged that for that. Okay, you gave me hearts. Perfect. I know sometimes it just be hard to catch up with it. Very good. And then real quick, we'll do the grouping method. I know Miss Tisha, she may not be in here anymore, but she said she like her kids like this one better than would like that one. But you know, I'll be putting mine. All right. So same thing, 2 times 28 is going to give you 56. And then you always break those apart to make negative 15. We figured out that it was negative 7 and negative 8, right? So I'm going to do 2x squared. And I'm going to match these up to be, well, they don't have to. Negative 7x minus 8x plus 28. I exchange this 15 for negative 7 and negative 8. When I have a 4-term polynomial, I always factor by grouping. So I'm going to group these first two together, and then I'm going to group the last two together. So remember, it's always, so they gave us the problem that said negative 15. So it's, oh, remember, we're not multiplying, we adding. Is that what you're asking me? Why is it negative 7 and negative 8 positive 15? Is that what you're asking me, Mariah? Because remember, we're adding. So remember, we multiplied 2 times 28, multiply A times C. Then we're factoring to find what adds to make this term. It was already negative, so we can't change that. If it came out negative, we want to leave it negative. We don't want to change anything that they gave us. So you said you like this method because you can see better. So same thing, what would be the GCF between these two? And what would be the GCF between these two? Only thing they have in common here is X. Very good. Yeah, this is the one I prefer, but sometimes it's easier for some people to see. And then remember, if you were familiar with dividing polynomials, you know, remember that X is going to come out here to the front. Once I take an X out, I write whatever the remainder is on the inside. Okay, so I took out an X from here, so what's left over? So I took out an X from here, so what's left over? Yep, everybody, I try to give options because everybody's brain works differently. Yep, very good. So I have a 7 over here, and then I took out one of the x's from 2x squared. So that's just going to leave me with 2x. Very good. So I got 2x, and I didn't take out a negative, so that's just going to remain negative. Very good, Miss Tisha. Yo, I know you know Miss Tisha. Magical touch. And then over here, whenever the leading coefficient is negative, it's always going to be. You always take out that negative. You don't never start no parentheses with no negative. When you like writing this like this, you always factor out that negative. So we already know that that's going to be a negative number. So y'all told me what's in, what do they have in common here between the 8x and the 28? Because you gotta see what's going to happen with these signs. A 4. So I'm going to factor out a negative 4 because these have to match. Now watch this. Negative 4 going to come to the front. I took the negative away from this 8, so then what does that make this? If I took away a negative 4, this answer will be, remember, I'm looking for the GCF between this and this. 4 times 2 is 8. 4 times 7 is 28. That's the largest number that they have in common. So I'm going to factor that out so that I can write it down here. You have to find what's in common and pull it out, always. So when you're factoring, you're doing reverse multiplication. So I'm essentially dividing. I'm finding what can I divide into this that I can also divide into that. So you're looking for the numbers that divide into both things evenly. Yes, Tisha. Does that make sense? I'm like, if I can divide 8 by 4, that'll leave me with 2x. I divide 28 by negative 4. 28 divided by negative 4 would then give me, you put it, a negative 7. Because a negative divided by a positive or a positive divided by a negative, yes, Lily, negative 7. And these have to match. So you know you messed up if this is positive. Because these need to be the same so that you can factor out that common binomial. This one is a little bit more technical. I'm not going to say it's harder. I'm just going to say that you just have to be able to recognize this is a common factor. Now they have a common factor of 2x minus 7. So I'm going to put that in the front as if it was just like this negative 4 and just like this x. Whenever I do that, remember I'm factoring it away. So I need to write the remainder of what's left in the parentheses. What's left over? When I take away the 2x minus 7, I divided it away, I factored it away, I'm left with an x. When I take it away from over here, I factor and divide it out, I'm left with a negative 4. So you get the same answer, it's just a different method. Practice, 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 practice. That's all I can tell you. X minus 4, yes, yep. Hey, Jen, welcome back. Practice, practice. If you really understand factoring, ooh, no, not tonight, Okra. Not tonight. We done. It's 9:44. I said we had 1 hour today. We was on here for 2 hours last night. Seems like you like a lot of math. So hopefully that helped. I said I was gonna try to make some videos. Barry laughed. Oh, I get it. Look, you need to start doing these. They need all the help they can get. All the help they can get. No, no need to apologize. I'm just like, ooh, I'm mathed out. Because completing a square, I just do pre-algebra and algebra. So I just started, somebody asked me to complete the square a couple weeks ago. I was like, woo, okay. So I'm going to leave that to the pro on that one. 24 years, that's amazing. They need you for real. All right, ladies and gentlemen. Alexis, you good? Mariah, you good? I'm gonna call it a night. Thank you for liking the live. Thank y'all for coming and showing up and hanging out for the evening. Thank you so much. You're welcome, Barry. Hey, let me know if you need help prepping next week. Yeah, just keep practicing. I'm telling you, practice is gonna help. You just gotta get the hang of it and stick with one method that works for you, and you got it. Your math guide you showed, the one you sent me, or it's a book? That's why I said take a picture and email it to me. Or you can show me. I just don't want you to show your the book. Oh, okay. Cause you're younger. I don't want you to show your face on here. Oh, good. Yeah, cause you're not right. You can't show it. That's why I said yeah. You won't be able to show it. Yep. Good. Okay. That's why I said take a picture and just email it to tutorfortips@gmail.com. All right, y'all. Have a good night. Hope everybody has a wonderful weekend. Y'all stay safe. And if you tune in next week, then I will see you then. I think Alexis is on here tonight. Mariah and Alexis. I will. Bye bye. Y'all take care. When am I on? Usually by 8:30 to 9. Thank you, Miss Tisha. You too. Like Monday through Thursday or every other day, sometime on the weekend. Just depending on when somebody taking a TSI test, I'll jump on. But probably next Monday, I have a little visitor. My little niece is coming in town, so tomorrow, no, I probably. It's 10. Oh, you're on the East Coast. Wow, y'all be. I'm in Texas. I'm in Central Zone. Yeah, I'm from. This is the. We do this for the Texas Success Initiative. So that's why it's. Oh, you over in on the West Coast. It's all these different time zones. I thought I was gonna get Texas people. All right, but yeah, I usually try to post before I go on and say, hey, I'm about to go live or whatever. So Monday, like I said, Monday next week will be kind of busy because I got a little visitor coming in town, my little niece. So we'll see how that goes. But if you need help, just hit me up and let me know. All right, you're welcome. See y'all later. You too, Lily. Have a good night.